I'll start again, and it's actually an extension of what Jonathan said earlier. And to me, this is a maybe an overly optimistic instinct, but I think that it's going to actually increase critical thinking in people at large, because one could say, oh, well, if ChatGPT is going to do all the work for people, they won't have to engage their brain, or they won't, they'll get lazy, or they'll just be layabouts. But actually, if you're going to be, every generation has to be competitive with the tools that are available. And to be competitive with something like ChatGPT, for example, you have to learn how to ask better questions. And this is what Jonathan was talking about. The output of a tool like that's an artificial intelligence tool is going to be based on people understanding a broader context, providing it the right information through the questions that are asked. And if they're going to get better outputs than their peers or their colleagues, let's say in a professional setting, they're going to have to challenge themselves to think in a more like a what's the word, in a more synthesized manner than they do today. And in that, I think it's going to require more brain power and more critical thinking to be successful than we have in the current generation. Now, is it going to cause some people to lapse into total laziness if they can get away with it? Sure. But I think generally everyone's going to have to challenge themselves to get faster and smarter to be able to use these tools effectively against their peers.
I agree with that, of course. And we've seen this play out already. If you look at all the earlier process improvement efforts where everyone was, oh, you're just reducing what I do to some list of decisions and steps that now anyone can do, or, you're taking the character out of it. But what it essentially does is when you reduce something and eliminate the simplest level of it, it forces everyone to move up a level. So there's no choice. So I think it's going to greatly accelerate critical thinking. I think the people are looking at it the wrong way in terms of it's going to make people never have to think because they could just have ChatGPT do all their thinking for them. But I mean, that's the same as, someone could just be looking at their phone all day and, never accomplish anything. Like, in other words, now you're getting to the real exciting part. Well, maybe hopefully we'll talk about this later about like what this does to society as a whole and our consciousness, in general. That's what I'm really excited about. But no question, it's going to force people to think about what is the right question. Why am I asking this question? Why do I need this knowledge? Especially because now, if knowledge is in such abundance, at least still on the internet, you have to go picking through it. But if it now is going to put it all together in one package for you, like, okay, now what do I do with all this? And where do I keep it? And, so now people even be like, what? Maybe I don't even want to ask this question right now. So I think it'll be amazing what it does.